Welcome guys to another video here on the ManUnitedDaily YouTube channel, and in this one I'll be talking about a few of the players I think who should be going out of the Old Trafford door this summer, and let's find out who they are now. So the first one is Ashley Young. I don't think this comes to as a surprise to a lot of supporters out there, because Ashley Young, he had a storming start at United. Everyone remembered how good he was for the first couple of months of his United career. Hugely influential in his debut. I remember that day very well, against West Brom at the Hawthorns. Got the deflected winner. But overall his performance was really encouraging. I thought, here we go, another great winger who was playing on the left hand side, who we really needed at the time to fill the void, where Giggs had moved to the central area. So Ashley Young, I thought, a really fantastic player on our hands here. But after that, he got injured around December of 2011, and since then I don't think he's ever returned to the same form. Ashley Young, he's he could, on his day, he could be a fantastic player, fantastic crossing, fantastic running and dribbling ability, but I don't think he has shown that. And sometimes he just feels like, with his diving kind of like antics as well, adds to the frustration of United fans, because we saw in glimpses of his potential, and he just hasn't kicked on from there. And at the age he is, I think it does show that he's potentially not up to the standard. Also, he has good kind of like discipline in his defensive work, and which is needed, but on his end products, I don't know what's happened to him. But when he goes to the byline, he doesn't look up or anything. He just cross us to the front post, which I think is a good tactic, and obviously he has great technique at crossing, but sometimes you need to vary up. Just put your head up, spot them free man, instead of aimlessly just aiming for the front post or just hooking it in the middle of the box for no reason at all. So Ashley Young, I think if he gets a move perhaps back to Villa or something like that, it will be a good move for him personally, because I think he would get a more consistent run of games where he perhaps would reach a good run of form going as well, which I don't think he has had at United since for the first few months of his United career. So Ashley Young will be my first outgoing of the United squad, and I think a lot of people will be surprised with that one. And the next one is another winger, Nani. I do have my belief that Nani is a fantastic player. He showed it last year at the Euros for Portugal at the 2012 tournament, and I thought Nani, fantastic player on his day. When he first came in, he was touted as the next Ronaldo, and he showed in glimpses again of his massive potential. But injuries, hamstring injuries especially, has really hampered his ability to run, have a run in the first team on a consistent basis. And I think a lot of fans has been crying out for the kind of like more consistency from him, obviously. But he obviously the major difficulty with Nani is that he just handed a new I think 3 or 5 year contract, something like that, and so his value is going to be decent in the transfer market, but that might not interest a lot of people. There's a lot of interest from the newspapers about from Italian clubs such as Juventus, but I don't know how much we will get and recover for his fee from Sporting Lisbon. But again, like Ashley Young, I think Nani would benefit a move from United personally to have a run of a team. But I think at United he hasn't shown to be enough quality on a consistent basis in order to justify his selection in the team, even the squad. We really need to inject some more quality into the wide areas. I think Antonio Valencia is a good player. I think he direct running, obviously again a bit predictable, but I do think because of his ability to cover at right back, he's a valuable asset. Januzaj is probably our best creative winger, but again he's very young, so I wonder whether he's going to have the fitness to last the whole season at times. But he'll be a year older next year, but again to have 2 wide players is not enough, and so I think we do need perhaps if we're going to sell young Nani, we need another injection of quality and pace in the wide areas, especially next season. And the next player I think who should be going is Rio Ferdinand. Obviously, it will be a bit easier of a hurdle than Nani and Young because he's run out of a contract at the end of the season. There's been interest in the newspapers from Arsenal potentially, but yeah, like I said, I think Rio Ferdinand, I think he's a fantastic player, or fantastic ability on the ball, etc. Brings a lot of experience to the club, and he's a big influence within the dressing room. But like I said about after the Sunderland performance, we do perhaps need to just cut loose of the old connection, just move on from there, because Vidic is going, Ferdinand's going. We're breaking up the potentially the best partnership we had at United in terms of centre back, but I do think we have adequate cover with Jones, Evans, and Smalling. And Smalling, admittedly, is not the greatest on the ball, but I do think he's a fantastic defender. And if we do have a fantastic midfield, or more quality midfield, then he would be able to just feed a short pass to the midfield, and then the midfield do the majority of the work to feed attacking players. So I think that is the big plus if we do get a more quality in midfield, because that would take the burden, I think, off the central defence when they have to hit it and find the attacker in one long pass. So Ferdinand, I do think he should be going this summer. Like I said, admittedly, brings a lot to the dressing room, but I do think we perhaps need a fresh start and to get rid of all these kind of older kind of like experienced players in order to produce that blank canvas to work with. And the last player, I think it could be controversial, and I know I might be getting a flack for it, but Michael Carrick, maybe after this season, he hasn't produced anywhere near as much quality as he had last season. But like I said, it is a controversial choice. I know that a lot of people will be backing him, and I do have my respects for Carrick. But yesterday and sometimes through this season, he's just been a bit off his game. His passing has been a bit sloppy. But at the moment, I think he's probably our best central midfield player, and that's that says it all about midfield, because in there we don't have anyone of real quality. I think Tom Cleverley should be retained. He is a good player, Tom Cleverley, but again, his dip of form hasn't really helped. I think we should retain him because of his just energy and legs to be in that central midfield area, and he can play in a 2-man midfield or 3-man midfield. So I think Michael Carrick, 33 years of age, I think it is a potential departure if we do get a right offer for him. But I think again, he could be sitting in the base of the midfield. But it's a controversial choice just purely on performance from this season. I would say Michael Carrick should be going, but like I said, he's our best central midfield at the moment. So it's a bit of a split decision, but I'll leave you guys to decide whether you think Michael Carrick should be going or not. I myself was sitting on the fence, but I thought, again, with the Ferdinand reason, perhaps we should just clear it and just invest a lot of money into the team. Obviously, it goes against a lot of principles on a club where you shouldn't just throw money into desperate situations, but that's what we are right now. We need a fresh injection of quality, and we need a load of it into the central midfield area and perhaps even in the wide area. So that could be a big say if Michael Carrick does leave, because it then forces Louis van Gaal and Ed Woodward to make a crucial signing in the central midfield. So I think that could work in both ways, but again, controversial choice, I know, and you guys can leave me a comment below as to whether I was right or not in thinking of letting Michael Carrick go. So there you guys have it for another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter at ManUnitedDaily, or visit the website at ManUnitedDaily.com. You can send me your blog posts, posters, work art, whatever, and you can email it to me over at manuniteddaily@gmail.com, and then I'll post it over on the website for you. So just getting back to the video, please give me a thumbs up, comment below on any of the topics I've talked about in this video, and also give me a subscribe if you like my content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.